Ghoulsters, welcome back to our channel. We cannot believe we're finally making this video. We've been waiting so long to do it that I don't even know what to say or do or how to act. This is our 100th video on the channel. This milestone really snuck up on us.
Right?
It does not feel like we've made 100 videos. It's insane.
I feel like I've made 100 videos.
Really though? Do you?
No, I don't. I was really shocked that you told me that we've done 100 videos. I'm like, it just doesn't feel like it.
I know. You go on our
It's really
channel
weird.
and you scroll and it still doesn't seem like it's 100, but I counted.
Yeah.
It's 100, so this is 100. So thank you so much for following our journey, being a Ghoulster. It means the world to us. And so I know things have been really weird on the channel for the past few months, and
Right.
I hope that this video gives you guys a lot of clarity and it all just like comes together and is like, whoa, it all makes sense now. So I guess without further ado, I cannot believe that I'm finally going to share that we are going to have a major life change and we are moving to Denver, Colorado. I'm gonna get emotional. Yeah, I don't even know what to say other than we're so excited, and I know it's been a bumpy road for you all on your end, seeing us go through so many like weird transitions and disappearing and then saying we were going to change the channel, but really there was just a lot going on my end personally that I think I might open up about finally, but I also wanted to give Rudy a chance to talk because I don't know, I don't want this whole video to be just me talking.
I mean, we've kind of always knew that there was a possibility that we were going to go somewhere. There were some other options we had talked about, but we landed on Denver, Colorado because you had like the Four Seasons and there's like a lot of woods and spookiness to it. And we haven't really seen a lot of spookiness per se online having to do with Denver, Colorado. So we were really excited to kind of build a community there. So, you know, I've lived in the desert all my life.
So have I.
And
Pretty much.
And I didn't want to end up living in the desert the rest of my life. So this is like perfect. And I'm like extremely, extremely excited. I think the main reason why we're going over there is because of you, because you were able to, you know, get us there and, you know, put all the pieces in the right spot. And I thank you for giving us the opportunity to get to go to Denver, Colorado. So thank you.
Thank you. And I actually want to thank the community. I knew I was going to get emotional the minute we did this, but I feel like for the viewers, this is not going to feel like a big deal. Like you probably expected some kind of crazy celebration for our 100th video, but behind the scenes, I have been dying to share this news for so long because as you guys know, I'm like super transparent and pretty much like the Ghoulmates is our life. And
Right.
so having to be respectful of people who needed to find out first and just make sure all of our ducks in a row were before sharing this news was just really difficult for me because you guys know me and just like I love to share what's going on in our life, and right now that is very much prominently this huge move, and so I'm so happy to finally like let it out into the world and be able to like fully share this experience with you guys because it means so much. I'm gonna take a deep breath because I don't want to lose it. Okay, sorry, it's gonna be hard to get through this one. But yeah, I would have never decided to go on this journey without the Ghoulmates. I didn't realize how much there was out there to experience and just take in until I saw that there is like a whole world of spooky people out there. There's so much history out there, and even though because of Haunted Ever After, I learned to appreciate Arizona a little bit more. It just made me want more out of life. And Rudy has always taught me to be that way, but I never had like a why. Like, why would we uproot our life and do something crazy like that? And I think now, more than ever, you know, you guys have seen me go through this, like, we're not going to be spooky. We are, we're not, we are. But if you guys ever heard our podcast, you know that this journey was always about embracing our spooky side and creating a space for other people who felt like they didn't fit in or they weren't allowed to celebrate Halloween or keep it spooky all year. And the podcast was proof that like there were other people out there like me who had felt I guess, restricted their entire lives, not empowered to be that way, and not having other people around them. And
Right.
so I just kept going back to that, and I think for a very long time, for the past few months, a very big part of me kept asking myself, like, is this genuine? Like, did I chase this because I know social media and algorithms, and I saw an opportunity and I ran with it? And just, I think I needed to explore that question for myself. And, you know, I started thinking, like, is Rudy doing this just because of me? Like, does he really want to stick to the spooky stuff? Am I restricting him? I started hearing other people getting in my head saying, like, you don't have to be that niche to succeed, even though I know from a professional background that you do. And so I just kind of wanted to take a step away from it to understand, like, is this truly what I wanted? And then going through some experiences and seeing how we were treated because we were spooky,
Right.
kind of just, like, reignited this fire in me and was just like, no, like, that is who I am. Like, you guys saw for months, I was like, okay, if we're not spooky, what are we? Like, I tried finding the inspiration to create content, to, like, put myself out there, and it just kept hitting a dead end because that's what was not authentic. The spooky side was always authentic, and so it just brought me back to these roots of, like, we're here to create a space for people who don't feel like they belong in this world, like they don't have a community, and that's what the Ghoulster community is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a big question is going to be like, well, if it's spooky, then why are you guys choosing Denver? Like, why not Salem or LA? And I think for me, that reason comes back to, like, we want to make a difference. Like, there are communities in those areas that have a spooky community already. And like we said, we did our research, we tried finding things in Denver and other people, and we haven't really found anything major. And so we hope that we can grow a spooky community there, because there's just so much potential, and, like, the more impact we can make, the better. And it's not going to happen overnight, but we're just really passionate about helping people feel like they belong, because this is okay. Like, I can look this way, I can dress this way, and I can still be a professional. I can still be good at what I do. I can still be a good person. And I think that's what the past few months have been a journey for me, like, learning to embrace it and be unapologetic about it, and not let other people influence me and feeling like maybe I'm just putting on a show.
Right. I feel that, you know, I'm hoping that the ghouls will come out at night when we head out there. We're super excited to just kind of explore different parts of Colorado. There's a horror festival that takes place in Telluride.
Yes.
Right? So we're really excited about that. We're excited to go check out the Stanley Hotel, the inspiration to, you know, The Shining. There's, like, tons of stuff over there. There's, like, old mining communities that are spooky and stuff. So, you know, I agree with her. Like, I've been wanting for her to kind of grow outside of just being at home on a computer, and we need to go out there and explore and share that with everybody else. You know, that was the whole point of the Ghoulmates. So we're super excited. I'm super excited to wear pants all year long. I can't wear shorts. I hate wearing shorts. So, you know, that, and then having coffee, hot coffee more often, and having soup. You can't do that in Arizona. Like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, I love all the people and the relationships I've built here in Arizona, but it's time for me to, or time for us to, you know, move the spook elsewhere. But we're super excited for this, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to bring some awesome new stories to you guys, and that's what, like, we're really excited about too.
Yeah, and I think something Rudy always said, which I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore because this is a new era of us. Something Rudy would always say is, like, when we'd see, like, something really doing really well on social media or looking really cool, he'd always be like, it's easy to make something look good when you live in a pretty place. Mm-hmm. And yes, a lot of people find Arizona beautiful, but it's just not something that fits the aesthetic we've always been going for. And so, like, that's something I'm really excited for, is going and having, like, all of these backdrops and, like, just this scenery that is just going to take Rudy's work to the next level. Like, I mean, you guys have seen what he does. He doesn't half-ass anything. And so
it's just really hard to create content in a desert.
Yeah,
like, if you,
especially spooky content.
I'm gonna shatter the glass ceiling right now, If you ever look at good content, there's two things you notice. Like they're either shot during the day because it's easy to shoot during the day, or the second thing is that there's a beautiful background because they're in a beautiful place. So you know, we want to do that. We want to have a beautiful background. We can shoot in any situation. So you know, that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
To shoot some really cool spooky stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's where that's where I go back on, like, we tried thinking, like, okay, what if we become a Denver channel, like, exploring Denver?
Right.
And I just kept going, like, that's not who we are, though. Like, there's a market for that, but is that who we are? And then the more I started doing my research, I was like, oh my god, I could do a spooky photo here. Oh my god, I want to wear an outfit like this here. And so, like, the answer just always kept going back to, like, spooky, 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 spooky. I just couldn't imagine it any other way. I do want to touch a little bit on my journey as an influencer because it is a story I feel like needs to be shared, and I don't know if this is the right time to do that, but I just feel like since we're putting it all out on the air, I know some of you know that I had quit my job back in September, right before spooky season. One of the goals behind the Goalmates was always to turn this into a business. We both felt creatively stifled, and we wanted this to grow into, like I said, a community, but also a business that we could treat as our actual jobs, full-time, make a difference, do what we love. And so I kind of decided September was the time to kind of try that. I had gotten into a position that wasn't really letting me excel at what I had sought out to do, and we were right at the peak of spooky season, and so I said, let's go for it. If I'm ever gonna do it, now's the time. Right. We had the savings, we had the stream of income from TGM and Rudy's job, and so I decided to try it. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, like, being an influencer isn't always what it's cut out to be behind the scenes. Right. You know, I wanted to leave my career so that I wouldn't have to not always do the best strategic thing, because there were other people in higher positions that thought they knew better, and I wanted to be given an opportunity to thrive and excel and prove what I could do, and the Goalmates was that space for it. But then I found myself playing that same game, but for myself. Like, I didn't want to be catering to other brands and killing ourselves 10 hours on a video for not a fair amount of compensation, and it's also not the easiest space to navigate with other creators. Sometimes you can't always tell who's genuine. I never thought I was going to share this on camera. I think Rudy's probably surprised too. But I've wanted to share this for a long time, and so kind of closing up the end of this, I never thought that I'd have an opportunity to, like, 100% focus on social media, and I did. And it was for a brand that I actually really love, which is the whole reason why we have the opportunity to move to Denver, because my manager believed in my work so much that she was willing to say, like, hey, she's great at what she does and she can totally do it from wherever she's at. On a professional standpoint, on a personal standpoint, to know that ultimately the original goal to creating the Goalmates, to be able to prove that I had this skill set that no one had ever really fully given me an opportunity to prove myself in, really meant a lot to me. And I think that's when I finally realized, like, Amanda and Mandy are one person, and I don't have to choose anymore. And so I'm also really excited to share my journey with my new position with you guys, something I never thought that I'd share. I'm working for a dental company that helps serve underserved communities. I think I'm gonna be getting braces. Everything's coming out right now. But I want to take you guys on that journey because I love what I'm doing so much. I love that I'm being empowered and trusted for the first time to do what I really love. So yeah, that's my word vomit. Is influencing is hard. Content creating is hard. Be careful who you trust. Be true to yourself. And it's hard work. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's not this glamorous life. And you get what you put in. Like, I'm being completely all cards on the table right now. it's not easy work, and unless you're willing to work your ass off and compromise yourself sometimes a career is the better option.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the good and bad side of content creation, and you know, I have fun making these videos, but I don't know if I can make this like my full-time job unless it like skyrocketed. But I love like working a traditional job and having a steady income. You know, I think the most, I guess, successful influencers, they either like kill themselves or they're super young and they're single, they don't have like all these other responsibilities, or somebody's like, you know, helping this person out financially. So it's a hard life. It's not easy at all. But I also love just making content for you guys. And early on, I just wanted to make content for myself just because I needed to have a creative outlet. But then just reading comments from you guys and like getting all the support was just, it just changed everything. And getting messages about how our content helped you get through a lot of different like bad days and situations, that kind of motivated us to kind of push through. And we're not going to give up on this at all. We're just going to, it's going to be better. It's going to be crazier.
Approached differently.
It's going to be approached differently. But it's going to be exciting, and we want to continue making this stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
I know that you had touched on your job and stuff, and I wanted to take this opportunity to thank my coworkers. Everybody that I worked with, they've always been supportive. I have a few coworkers that'll be like, hey, like I saw this happened, or this is what Mandy's doing. It's super cool. So I know people are looking at the content, and I just want to thank those people for, you know, having my back, and checking out my content, and just like trusting me at work, and just making my tenure in Arizona good this last couple of months. And I also want to thank my parents and your parents for, you know, believing in us, and, you know, whenever they could help us out, they would. And I want to also just thank our audience out there for just supporting us, you know, and, you know, keep the spook alive, and, you know, share this with other people, and, you know, comment down below. We want to hear what you guys think about this whole thing. You know, part of it is like for you guys too. So, you know, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for, you know, watching this, and, you know, giving all like this awesome, amazing woman a platform to blossom into this amazing person that's just like become this like badass witch bitch. So it's like, it's crazy like how much you've grown in like such a small amount of time, because when you first did this, you were super quiet and super shy, and then like I never knew that you were gonna like bust out of
Me
this.
either.
So it's just like, you're the baddest bee that I know, and I'm just so proud of you for
Thank you.
all of you done with the Ghoulmates and your career and our family.
Thank you. Of course, we would not be here without you. The lighting, the production, all of it is amazing. You did forget to thank one very important person, though.
Mr. Gatito.
Yes, our familiar.
Miss you, and we need to reel him back into this whole mess. But yeah, we miss Oscar a lot. I know that he's been busy and stuff, but he's still, you know, very much part of our team, and he's just waiting in the wings to just come back and help us do all the crazy stuff we've been doing in the past.
I think there might be some stuff for him in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still text him. Let me rephrase that. I still bug him every day about my winged eyeliner today, about what I should say in this video. But we wouldn't be here without him either. Seriously, like, the podcast was on the verge of being like, just, we couldn't produce it on our own, and he came in and saved the day with that. And I think something else I really wanted to say too was, on the influencer / content creator side, I can't tell you guys how many times I read jokes about how when an influencer says, everybody's been asking, nobody's been asking. It's true, guys. Like, I know a lot of people don't believe it, and maybe it's not the case for other people, but I know our community is small, but sometimes my inbox does get a little overwhelmed, and especially during Halloween time, but really managing my full-time job, also prioritizing our household because we didn't really do that for the past 2 years, and our life and my mental health. It is difficult to keep up with sometimes, and so sometimes I will get a question that is repeated multiple times, and it's not me being full of myself or just being like, everybody's been asking. It's just a genuine, sometimes it's a lot easier to get people the answers they need that way. And if I don't get to your message, I'm genuinely sorry from the bottom of my heart. I have some original Ghoulsters that I got to know at the very beginning of our journey, that when my inbox was not flooded, that mean a lot to me and have told me multiple times, like, you need to come to terms with the fact that you can't have this relationship with every follower. And that's very difficult for me. So that's a part of this journey that I'm struggling with a lot. But I know that a lot of you did reach out to us about specifically the pandemic, saying that some of our content got you through some panic attacks, through your anxiety, helped you cope. And I think at the end of the day, that is the reason we're continuing to do this. Even though we're not chasing it as a full-time job or turning it into a business, we are sticking around because we care about you guys, even if we can't make the direct impact that we want to or talk to all of you the way I want to, which is really difficult. We do genuinely care about each and every one of you. Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I know, right?
We just kind of let out a bunch of stuff. We've been talking about this for a very long time. She was so anxious, and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, should we just announce it? I was like, no, let's wait. Because I had to get a couple of things ready on my end.
Yeah.
But you have no idea how bad she wanted to tell everybody about this, and I'm just so glad
that
it's over and she gets to tell everybody what's happening.
I'm just so,
because I wanted to say stuff too, like I wanted to make comments and stuff and share stuff that I've been seeing, but we couldn't because
just respect out of certain people.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's an exciting time. Mm-hmm. The Poshmark stuff, oh my god, that was the most recent thing. I can't tell you guys how many people reached out to me asking, like, why are you selling your things? Are you getting rid of everything? Are you leaving the community? And I was like, oh my god, like, I need to get a head start on this, but I also can't tell you guys what the real reason is, but I promise, like, just trust me. So that's the reason we're downsizing to a much smaller apartment in Denver, because the cost of living is a lot higher, apparently. And so we're not going to have the space. We're really sad to say that we're probably not going to have like really crazy sets anymore, but our goal has been to kind of like keep a more minimalistic, I keep fumbling on that word. Minimalistic.
There you go.
Lifestyle, so that at least like our apartment's always tidy and we can just like shoot stuff on the fly for you guys. So right. That was the whole reasoning behind that, and I apologize if I seem frustrated to some of you, but it just kind of felt like people were assuming the worst in me, like the spooky stuff had always been a front, and really it was quite the opposite. We were literally doing it.
Oh, our light just died.
Uh-oh. We're almost done.
We're almost done anyways.
I was literally doing it because we're so dedicated to this channel that we're moving our lives.
We should have told everybody we were starting a Christmas channel.
Oh my god, imagine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We hope that you guys will follow along. I am going to try really hard to get those Keeping the Spook Alive vlogs out consistently. Our move is happening at the end of March, so if you see that we're a little quiet around then, or really, really engaged because I'm just so excited to share everything, it could go either way.
Right.
That's just gonna be why, because we're just adjusting. Oh, and last very important thing, if any of you live in Denver or Colorado, please comment down below. We have not found anyone. I've been secretly on the look and I haven't seen anyone. So if you're in the Colorado area, please comment down below. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know, because we're really excited to meet all the new spooky Ghoulsters in Colorado. Until next time, we're sending you ghouls and kisses. Bye!